not doing that hitch any favors. But that Cummins is pulling this tractor up this hill. Bad part is there's got no brakes because they're caged, so if that pops loose, it's coming back down this hill. Well, the Eagle, her age is showing. Just looked under there and see sparks. He's got an outrigger dragging on the ground. I don't know how long that's going to stay there before it either lights a fire or breaks the outrigger off. Look at them skies. But also, we just had to pull the filter and chuck it. And we can't get any more power. Won't go anywhere. Fuel. Let me get this hood shut. All right, we're out of here. Go, there's that Dodge pickup pulling that semi up the hill again. Just about to crest, come on. Yeah! Go! Yeah, baby. Oh yeah, right there. All right, she's downhill from here, man. Clean clear to Flagtown. Come on. All right, well, we're making another run to go get the Space Monkey. Myself and Carl here, and as you can see, there's a long line. I don't know if you can see them or not, but back behind us, there's a very long line of trucks because it looked like one truck went through another truck. Both trailers are just wiped. Went a little further, and there's half of a state police SUV sitting there. With, well, it's about 3/4 of it, with 1/4 of it gone. And so that's where we were supposed to be pulling the truck back today. And I'm not sure we're going to be able to pull that truck back that way, so we might have to get adventurous and find us another route. But this thing's happening today, we're doing this. So hi everybody, what's going on? Like I said, it's Carl Everett, probably prodigy diesel mechanic, probably the best diesel mechanic in the US. So I can't go wrong with this one. We're still not legal at all, so we're gonna outlaw cowboy this fucker back to the house. Oh, did I say that? All right, I'll bleep that out. So we're gonna outlaw this back to the house and just make it happen finally after all these years. So saw Carl the other day, saw my Blazer at the house, knew it was my place, stopped by to say, hey, haven't seen each other in a few years. Mentioned the rig, and said, screw it, let's go get it. I'll drive it. So we're gonna go up and do the last little bit on it, hop in it and drive it home. Again, I want to say a huge thank you to a couple of people right off the bat. That's Ron Kastner. You know, he pumped out quite a bit for that hauler. He ended up ripping me off for that money. Won't give me the money back. And John Madsen, thanks a lot, man. You pumped out quite a bit. Get the original tires that were wrong mounted. I appreciate that. And there's been other people. Joe Plumley, just this recent deal helped me put out a little bit so we could get the fuel going for this deal. Things have been so tight. So I want to say thank you to those guys. I want to say thank you to Joe Martinez, head of county land use again. Give him a huge shout out. Probably the most patient guy in the world. Real understanding, had my back. Good guy. So hopefully might end up seeing him today. If we do, we'll toss him on camera and get him some showtime going. But anyway, so when we get up there, I'll probably just cut this till we go ahead and get all the way up there and start making this happen. So cool, wish us luck. Yeah, so it's completely soaked. with oil. And I don't have any brake cleaner, and that cuts the available air to the motor back quite a bit. So, and apparently somewhere that's forced a bunch of dripping, because that is going to be from dripping on the ground at highway speed, and it splashes all the way back up in the air column. It wets the front of the trailer with oil. So that is what it is. Old motor. Anyway, so we're going to keep pushing forward and see where this gets us. Got to go ahead and pick up diesel now and haul it to the truck. So I guess we'll just see what happens as far as this thing goes. Anyway, cool. It's happening. It's happening. So right now we're going to clear the filter of oil. Not too fast. So, and just trying to rinse it out with gasoline best we can. And then we'll just use this gas back in the ride. Okay, so we pulled up here at Lone Butte, which is about 7 miles away from the semi. We're going to be filling up diesel here now, and then I think we can't take 40 back because of how bad the freeway is. I mean, it's bad. They're not going to have it open for a while, probably 6 or 8 hours. Plus, with the state patrol being cut in half in this whole thing, they're going to have that road closed. The backup is already miles and miles long, and they're turning trucks everywhere they can. So we're going to have to go all the way up here to Santa Fe, go down to Interstate 25, catch a back highway off Las Vegas, New Mexico, and cut all the way around down a monster hill and through the Mesa lands and stuff back by a lake called Conscious Lake, and sneak her in the back way. And it's not ideal, but with that detour on I-40, we really don't have a choice. So now Carl's messing with that oil deal in the air cleaner, the blow-by going on. We're still getting a lot of oil in the air cleaner now. We tried a couple things and it didn't work out, so we're just doing the best we can with that. But here pretty quick we'll end up back at the truck. He's kind of under here getting with it. So right now we're just wiring open this air valve, because we're not for sure that it's working. And if it's not working, then it blocks that air channel and it starts sucking air anywhere it can, including out of the crankcase with all the oil. So we're hoping at this rate that that's the problem. And if not, we'll just keep winging this thing till it gets back one way or another. No big deal. Got a lot of faith. Oil? Shit. Well, apparently we need water. So may have to go do a few things to get some water. I've got some. I got a couple gallons is all. So, all right, well, we're back here at the truck. Finally, as you can see, Carl's climbing all over this thing, going over it real fast. Of course, she fired right up like a dream. If you've seen the previous videos, you know we've already had the outriggers up. We got all the outside tires on it, and now we'll be bringing up air and just basically fully airing all the tires on the rig and going over whatever else. And right now I need to go get some water. So we'll be back. So our first order of business, as far as anything really on the truck, is these caps are broken. They have these rubber centers in them, and as soon as you try to put them back in, the plastic's no good. So you can replace this outer piece or the whole thing, and we're gonna actually we're just gonna replace the whole piece, as you can see here, and that's what'll go on with this gasket. Fill it up, good to go. Okay, the new hub seals are on, and they're all full of fluid. Those on both sides now. And Carl's already got all the tires, got air. We're full of water. So you can see we're siphoning diesel into the tanks. So we'll drop in 15 more gallons. Hopefully that'll get us to the gas station, or fuel station. All right. Looking good so far. Okay, so we pretty well got everything loaded. Got the big screen underneath the blankets. All the other screens are down. We stuffed a bunch of crap in here. We're not going to be able to haul all the tires. I'm going to put one on my trailer. And then we've got, oh, you get up here. And we got 2 more stacked in there. You can see the door that got blown off by the ghost. Solar panels, crap, stuff to the rafters. So gotta love that old Sandy Labs. Gotta love that even better, huh? So anyway, yeah, we've got all that stuff picked up. Got a lot of crap out here that I'm gonna either come back or have somebody come and haul this stuff away for me. So now all we got to do is get the outriggers up with the hydraulics here, and we got to roll forward to get hub oil in one hub. We couldn't get the centerpiece of the hub odometer to come off, so we'll just have to use the fill plug on the side of it, kind of set it level this way and fill it about where we think they go. Like I said, get the hydraulics up, and I believe we are good to rock. Just got to go get my trailer finished loaded. And then, like I said, we're going to try this back route. We're just going to have to see how it goes.
Trailer's online.
Okay, so he just said I had air to my trailer, so now I'm going to go. I'll try to get these outriggers up. A little crooked. Oops, sorry about that. Cool. All right, so we know from the past here, we go up, and we'll see if these bad boys start raising. It looks like we got motion. The motion here. As soon as that one hits, that one over there should start going up. Come on, baby. There she goes. Look at that. Yeah, buddy. Okay, now let's pop our other ones. And we'll watch back here to see what happens. Should give it a minute or two, and then these should start coming up. Oh, there she goes. Well, she didn't like to come off of that one, did she? Yeehaw. She let go pretty hard. So I got airbags coming up. I don't see anything coming up on the ground yet. We got a little motion on the far one. Come on, baby. There she goes. All right, now as soon as that one gets up, this one over here should kick us up. Come on, darling. I can see the trailer leaning. Okay, that one's up. Let's go. Okay, we had them up the other day. This one's not wanting to go anywhere. Come on. So I may have to help it out a little bit. Let's see. See if that did it. All right, that did not do it. So we've got one outrigger stuck now for some reason. And the right leg traveling. Ooh, that's not good. Okay, well, that's gonna have to get figured out apparently. Maybe he's just got low truck hours. So now I'll go try to, we'll check air and see how much he's got built up. Maybe he needs more air. What do you got for air? Because I got an outrigger not coming out. Okay, still nada. Not sure what we're gonna have to do about that. It sure came up pretty for me the other day. Whoa. That breaker loose. All right, well, I'm gonna have to mess with this thing for a little while and see why it's not coming up. Oh boy. Okay, well, I'll get back with you. All right, well, there it goes. Girl's pulling her out right now. Space Monkey is moving. All right, I gotta hurry up and get behind him. All right, so Space Monkey moves, going down the road. Oh, we got a block on the ground over there I gotta grab too before I pull out. So I hope he doesn't get too far down the road. I think it just died. Yeah, the truck's trying not to run now. So 8 years, it's run great. And now that we hook it up and go to pull it out of here, it started kind of having issues. But like I said, Carl and his two brothers are 3 of the best mechanics on planet Earth, bar none. It's not arguable. They got their certificates to do it. His brother James was teaching the college diesel tech course at 16 years old. They talked him into dropping out of high school to come teach the diesel tech course. No joke. These guys are prodigies. They've been doing this since they were little kids. They grew up in these things. So if anybody in the world can drive a rig that don't want to run, it's Carl, period. So now we're hauling compressor cans, spare semi-tire, and some other stuff on ours. And we're off. And as you can see, he ain't waiting for me. He's out of here. I should say he isn't waiting for me, but we like the word ain't, so just suits in where we are. So we'll blast up here real quick, catch him. And then we got to go back to Lone Butte to get diesel in these tanks, or in the tank we're running off of anyway. And then I guess there's also a small problem with the diesel tanks where it's just running off one tank. So here she goes, man. Look at there. There's a Space Monkey Mobile Laboratory, old B89. We got the hydraulics to finally come up. I couldn't get them up on camera, but I got a big piece of wood and used it as a lever, and got it to pop up, and then it went ahead and raised it up after that. So we should be good. But there's the baby right there, man, pulling through town. It's leaning to the left a little. I don't know if I got an airbag leaking or what exactly, but we have done it. It is now rolling. And I should have hit my buddy Bob and Taylor, and I didn't let anybody even know we were doing it. I just, spur of the moment, I just said hell with it, and we went, man. So, well, Bob and those guys are going to be wondering, oh my gosh, the truck's gone. So this whole town, the locals tell me, man, I can't believe you're moving that. It was a fixture of the place now after all these years. Oh, I hope it didn't die. I don't know if it's dying. I think it is dying. So hey, we got brake lights. But this is the first faux pas we've got, apparently. So don't let her come back. Keep her running. She's not wanting to run real good. Not sure why. We bled the air system, or we bled the fuel system. So, got some impatient people here. Imagine that just knocked about half the stuff off the walls inside the trailer. It is what it is, man. We're gonna just keep doing this till we get this thing home. I know that. It's moving. Yeah, it's dying again. I can hear it. I'm not real sure what we're gonna have to do about this. Okay, boy, and we haven't even made it. We've made it a half a mile. So, we're a half mile. But the truck is no longer in its parking spot. So, it has theoretically and technically been moved. So, they can't get me for not moving it. Yeah, this might just be rough here. It's gonna just keep wanting to die on us every couple of minutes. That's not good. I don't know if we picked something up in the fuel system or what happened. This is really bad sign. This is really bad. The bad thing is if it doesn't run, it'll lose air and then the brakes lock and then it's stuck here. And there's no room to jump start it or do anything right here, as you can see. So, and this is unfortunately how most of the road is we've got to do until we get it to a freeway. So if anything happens, I think he's just letting it idle in first gear right here just so it'll get up this hill. But boy, there's going to be some pissed off lips behind us. Oh, did I say that? Oops. Okay, we're still cruising. We're getting about 2 miles an hour. No, maybe 3 miles an hour now. So at this speed, it should only take us about 100 hours. I think he's like kick-starting it and coasting, which he probably shouldn't do in a rig. Oh, it's running. Cool. But anyway, yeah, so it should only take about 100 hours at this rate to get there. Having a hard time. There's a lot of stuff in that trailer probably falling, and I'm glad we took the TV down. The monitors. Anyway, it's moving. Now we're up to like 15 miles an hour. Woohoo! We're cruising. Now if he can keep it together out of these hills and not pile it, then we'll be done good. Well, as you can see, not a lot of change. I think we're about 3 miles an hour, about a brisk walk. We've got about 10 miles so we can get fuel. So we really need to get, it either needs to get rolling or we may not get to the station in time to get fuel. And then we'd be stuck here for the night, wondering why the truck isn't working. So this could turn into quite an adventure. At this speed, I figure, well, at the fastest speed we've made yet, I figured we'd take 20 hours, so. So we're not doing too healthy here, but we've officially made it, I think, 4 miles. You can see she's bouncing her way up the hill. It'll tear a drive line out of it. Peace. So I had to do a little handoff. He needed some sugar, and off we go. So far we got about, I don't know, that's about 5 miles an hour, and that puts a 30-hour trip, and that's not possible because we got to put it on the highway. So we're gonna have to get it up here to the fuel station, get a bunch of diesel in it, and then see what we can do. So he thinks it's the speed sensor on the transmission is picking up no speed, so it's killing the truck at 1,000 RPM and not letting him put in any higher gear. This is where we're at. This is the situation. Oh boy. All right, cool. Well, I mean, I've had more problems in my life. This isn't, I don't get excited over stuff like this. Carl doesn't either. We're just gonna make it happen one way or another. It's obviously not gonna happen at 3 miles an hour or 5 miles an hour. But yeah. All right, well, it looks like we're gonna make the fuel station. That's a plus. I think we've actually come 8 miles now out of 165. So we're doing pretty good. We're 1/20th of the way there. Yay! So a couple days. So I don't know where how he's gonna pull into this thing yet. So I'm gonna slow traffic down for him. See. There we go. Look at that baby. Beautiful monster. Yeah. He's a madman. He's a madman. And good old B89. So apparently the filter's plugged pretty bad. Probably from us idling on dirty fuel for so long.
Nasty fuel. All rust and red and water, and that's half the problem.
So we've been making about 5 miles an hour to Lone Butte. So it was probably an hour just to get to Lone Butte. Yeah, and right now we're looking at, we just pulled the filter off, and the whole filter base is all full of sand. And what's dripping out the funnels in the bottom's full of sand and junk and water and old crap. The filter's totally loaded. So we're just coming back on fuel. You should see all the, I don't know what you want to call them, the tardios or whatever, trying to go around us and whatnot, you know. It's been a pretty hilarious scene. I even came up into Lone Butte and got a soda and then brought it back to Carl, and I had to do him a handoff as he went by me. I jumped out in the road.
Didn't want to stop it.
In fact, no, he was rolling. Keep it rolling, right? Right, yeah, I know. Okay, here we go. Hope for the best. Apparently every time he lets off at an idle now it dies, but at least it was holding pretty high RPM. So what an adventure. All right, well she's ripping now. So I've seen 65 out of her. Yay, Betty. She's pulling like a dream, looks like. He's kicking out some smoke, but cruising right along, man. I haven't seen it lag. So it cleared up a lot, man. It looks really good. Uh-oh. I'm glad the brakes work good, because the van just pulled out in front of it. It was real smart. Like I said, the people in this area aren't the best drivers in the world. Matter of fact, they hate semis, even though every single thing in their whole world arrives on a semi. And that if they didn't have any semis, there wouldn't be anything like food or anything, fuel. And they don't realize that. So they actually tried to make it where semis couldn't come into the city. Oh, we're still cruising. we just had to stop on the side. Didn't want to go again. He's actually was having to turn the key off, letting it coast for a minute, kick the key back on, and this key doesn't work super well, so every once in a while it sticks in the off position, so it locked on him and he couldn't restart the truck, so we had to stop. But now he's cruising 65, so still a lot of crap in the fuel system. It is what it is. But this is real pretty country. Thought you guys should take a look. So, I'm not saying it did happen or it didn't happen, but Carl might have just hopped out of the truck while going down the highway, stood on the running board, had me pull up next to him, and tossed his phone in my window so I could charge it. How cool is that? Anyway, glad I didn't film it, and it probably never happened, but you know. Anyway, cool scenery, yeah. So, I just thought that I would give a shout out to God for helping this happen, because it's been a lot of prayer and everything's been perfect. And I want to also mention this rain, because our worst enemy right now on tires that have huge cracks all the way around that are from the 80s is heat, is those tires heating up. And it was absolutely cooking today, hot, kind of day you're looking for shade. And now now that we just put this on the road, we're blessed with just enough rain and cool air to cool these tires down and keep them cool for the trip. So I just want to say thank you and acknowledge God for this and for this little miracle as well. Just pretty cool how this is all working out. Keep your fingers crossed. Well, there they are, and here we are. Finally made it off the interstate. Now we're on this back highway. It's 100 miles to Tucumcari of 2-lane blacktop with no other significant roads whatsoever. But we made it off the interstate, which is badass. Carl said the truck's clearing up pretty good. He got 30 miles. He didn't have to turn off the key while he was going down the road. So things are looking up and up and up. I'm going to walk back here and check tire temps and just see if those insides are heating up and how bad. But like I said, they got, oh wow, we're dragging a strap. Crazy. Cool. Tie that up. So yeah, these bad boys are a little scary here, and they're hot. They're about twice as hot as these are, because they're a little taller, which means they're taking more weight and they're bending more. And when the tire squats, you're bending it. Like if you take a piece of metal rod and bend it, it'll heat up. And that's the same thing that happens to a tire when it squats. Every time it comes around, that squat is traveling around the tire, bending the tire, and that heats the tire up. And that's what makes these old tires come apart. And you see the tread's awesome, but yeah, they're cracked all the way around. But I think they're Goodyears or Michelin. So, and these are Goodyears we have on the outside, Goodyear Bridgestone. But everything's looking really good. This is the only one I was worried about as far as what we put on, and it's running ice cold. And it is on the ground, but it is shorter than the other one, so the inside tires are taking most of the weight. And that's just the way it goes. So, but yeah, cool. We're about to be up on 104. Give you guys a quick peek up here. Just rolling grasslands. You can't see what's around here. Hopefully it'll still be light when we get to the edge. You'll see what I mean by edge if it's light when we get there. Oh boy, what do we got going on here? Now that's interesting. It's one side 6 inches higher than the other side. Heck, I'll just go off it. that's over there that you can't see. New Mexico's wild like that. Just in a half hour's time, you can change from this unbelievably rugged, huge country and have no clue. Must have amazed the travelers that went across this for the first time when that happened. Okay, so I'm not sure why, but we are back down to 20 miles per hour, if that. I think probably more like 15. So I have no clue. Don't have enough cell service to get a signal, but there's a tower right there. How convenient. Anyway, so just wondering what's going on. We still have, I don't want to break the surprise, but we still have to deal with a topography feature that the truck really should be running decent when we do it. But we'll see. Cross what you got. Okay, so this is where we are. Beautiful evening. Look at them skies. But also, we just had to pull the filter and chuck it. And we can't get any more power. It won't go anywhere. So we had to siphon out of the tank. We're gonna have to try to siphon more.
I think we're okay.
You think
all we gotta do is cover that nipple.
Think it made it?
Yeah, all we gotta do is cover that nipple. Let's see what happens. I think we're there.
You can't cover that nipple.
Yeah.
That's what you do. Dirty. I'm telling you. Well, working on trucks is dirty. Cool. So
there's a nice pile of wrappers just right above that valve cover.
Yeah.
Nice little pile.
Oh, they'll be sterile by the time we
So
get there.
whenever I went to swap that trash can out,
Yeah.
trash in it. I think they dumped it before. And I said, well, how long has it been sitting there? He's like, yeah, about 8 or 9 years.
Alright, we got fuel. Let me get this hood shut. Alright, we're out of here. That's it, my car I'm stuck. I'm not stuck. I have to do something here. Cool, trying it. Alright, we're out of here. Woohoo! We're still flying right along. It's running a good clip now. So that's good to see. Sure was a lot of junk in that fuel system. Here pretty quick it's gonna get too dark to film with my GoPro. So when it does, I'll break out my phone. Might be a little shaky. But it's got great night vision, so yeah, still just cruising on top up here. haven't hit the edge yet. I was hoping it would be daylight when we hit the edge. But it actually comes up on you pretty quick, so I'm not sure. It's not far up here though. In the other lane, but you know, I guess we paid for both sides technically, so I guess he just decided to take his chunk right out of the middle. Not real sure why. Bad enough that I'll put my car in second gear. So I hope he thought about it. Lose brakes real easy down this thing. Look out there. I don't know what you can see on a GoPro. Yeah, now he's going to stop and catch a low gear. So if you look out there, it's like being on the edge of the earth. There's nothing out there. This is a huge escarpment. And this is a crazy road. The drop off in here is like, I don't know, 600 feet or something off the road right over there. I can't even see it. But yeah, it is a gnarly canyon. Down in this valley is where I got to see, I should say, a pterosaur. You know, like a little flying reptile, like a pterodactyl, but smaller. Yeah, I don't know if you can see down in this canyon with the GoPro. But it's a deep V. This is the only thing I was really worried about coming this whole route. It's 160 something miles this way is this hill. Because this has eaten a lot of vehicles over the years. There's a lot of vehicle carcasses laying down on the bottom because nothing's worth trying to get it back out of there, so. Riding them brakes because he'll heat them up. Carl's good though, he knows what he's doing, but yeah, this is a hairball. I say get a lower gear, Carl. So in a truck you can't just downshift like a car. If you pull it out of gear, chances are you could just go down the hill. See ya. Yeah, there you go. Driving with my knee and operating both cameras with my hands here. Well, now we are completely stuck. We're on a steep grade, very thin section, cliffs on both sides. You can't see them here, I'll light them up for you. So we got cliffs on both sides, no shoulder. It's a ditch full of rocks about 2 feet deep. And we are stuck solid. So Not sure what we're gonna do about that situation exactly, but we got, like I said, triangles out on the road right now. Carl's checking the fuel filter, see if there's gonna be any fuel in the filter right now, or filter housing. I got a feeling we just sucked a bunch of junk right to the injectors. I hope not. Here he comes. He's actually making it backwards. And I got a trailer on, so I got to back my trailer down. He's got to back a trailer down. I don't know where he's going at the moment, so I got to kill this.
And I added my quart of fuel I had in the truck.
Come on, baby, hit again. Well, you're almost out of the lane. Come on. Nope. So this is apparently what's happening. We're still sitting here on the side of the road, as you can see. And we have made, I think we got another 50 feet since last spoke. Moved all the reflectors and stuff up. So we're still trying and trying. We get 5 feet, 10 feet maybe. And this is a long hill. We're like a third of the way up it. And so he's calling now for backup for a red Peterbilt to come out. And they'll hook that Peterbilt onto this one. And if they have to, they'll drag this thing up the hill. Whatever they got to do it. And then it's sometimes pretty hard to get traction, but they know what they're doing. It's probably a twin screw. But anyway, so yeah, but it's 50 miles from here, and that's if he can get a hold of the guy. He's got my phone leaving here, walking for phone reception. Okay, so here's the plan. We've called to get a truck out here. Thought we were going to get a semi. The guy who owns the semi company said, screw that, I'll pull it with my pickup. So he's got a 1-ton Dodge with a nice motor in it and whatnot, and he's going to hook up to that semi on this grade, and he's going to pull that semi up this grade with his pickup. And I guess he's hauling ass out here at 100, and which means he'll probably be here 15-20 minutes based on when they called him, depending on what he's got to grab straps and whatnot so he can hook up to this semi. And then he's gonna be pulling this thing up the hill and possibly all the way home. And what we got to do now is cage the brakes. And so that means you got to get under there with a wrench and actually release the brakes manually so the truck will roll. And so it's called caging the brakes. And it's kind of a tough deal, whatever. And I hope Carl's not down there doing it by himself right now, because it's kind of dangerous. The truck could take off on him. He's going to put some blocks under it, but we're on a really steep grade, so we'll see what happens. Okay, so that truck just rolled in. Yeah, it's just big old diesel. I'm going to go down behind him. I told Carl to take off if that thing will take off. So I'm going to go down behind him and flip around, come back up, let him get by me, and then I'll get behind him. I'll let him get anyway. I'll get behind them, and then let him get hooked up. And as they move forward, I'll pull whatever blocks or anything they've got going on up there that we left behind, and the triangles and whatever. And they'll take them on up to that parking lot we were at. And if we can't get this thing to fire up there when we hit flat ground and go, then we'll probably park it and come back. We won't have a whole lot of choice at that point, so. But this is a pretty big looking truck, so we'll see what happens. man. And there's a little bit of drizzle and sleet, or drizzle out here, so.
Right behind that fuel pump. That's the same reason I brought it on that one over. Oh, okay. In that heat? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Alright, as soon as you're hooked up tight, all I gotta do is push the button.
We're about to see what's gonna happen here. Not doing that hitch any favors, but that Cummins is pulling this tractor up this hill. Bad part is there's got no brakes because they're caged, so if that pops loose, it's coming back down this hill, unfortunately. I gotta be ready for this crap. That's all you got.
No, that's not all I got. It doesn't came out? I don't see nothing there. No fuel there. Oh, wait a minute. That's, no, that's a vent line to return.
Okay, well, it's 3:28 in the morning. And still working. So, yep, it's 3:30 in the morning, and we're gonna try this one more time, get some fuel shot in this thing, see if it'll run. If it'll run, we're gonna book it, man, and do it all we can. We got a hell of a hill coming up too, but we'll just get a big run at it and try to push it all the way to the house. If not, we've got to either park it here or find somewhere to park it on the way and just book it and come back tomorrow, I guess. But hey, it's out of Santa Fe County anyway. Yeehaw. Okay, we're back up to speed again. We still haven't hit that next major hill. It's super steep grade, but you see out the window over here, the sun's coming up. Right over there. So it won't be long. So it's about 5 in the morning now, or close to it. Met with Carl this morning at 8 a.m. or yesterday morning at 8 a.m. So So close. We are so close. This was the big grade right here, and we just made the whole grade and just hit the top of it right here. And truck said, no bueno, I'm not going anymore. So I got a feeling he'll lock brakes and get that truck, and they'll pull it forward and get us back on top. And once we're on top of this, we should be able to make it all the way home. Here comes the sun, and I say it's all right. He's still trying to get that thing to fire off. There we go. There's that Dodge pickup pulling that semi up the hill again. At least this time I didn't have to pull him up quite such a severe grade. Because, man, we were close to topping this one out. That almost worked. Yeehaw. Okay, if he can get any kind of momentum built up, we're rolling again. Well, I know I would have made it for gas, but man, he stops and waits and on and on. I don't know. He's sure trying to get, if he can get some momentum up, he's cycling the key on and off, he can get this thing to go. Come on, baby. Well, they told me to find him a pull-out, so I found one, pulled over in it, let them come in behind me, and they just blasted right by me. So they're pulling the truck. I don't know how he's got air. I don't know how they're doing this. If he's got the brakes caged, then he has no brakes. Unless he adjusted them to where he has tiny little bit of brakes. And they're just pulling through them. But you see it's basically sunrise now. Maybe he's, I don't know what he's doing as far as starting the truck, but, or they just knew of a better pull-out spot. So, okay, if this is the deal, then we're gonna be abandoning the truck and coming back either tomorrow or whatever. We're only 15 miles out, but that's the way it goes. All right, well, I'm back at home. We did everything humanly possible to get that truck over here. It's now 15 miles out. It's not gonna move anymore. Between all the stuff we did and having to dump fuel, purge all the systems and everything, we burned out extra 5 gallons of diesel, and that was enough to set her where she's sitting. So gonna have to return to it as soon as possible, but like I said, it's 15 miles out. We almost made it. Okay, well, I'm gonna try it again. Came out yesterday, fired this beast up. And so now I came back today and the whole filter box got no fuel showing at all, so it definitely leaked all of the vacuum. And this tire was flat yesterday, so came in, brought a generator and a compressor, getting that tire aired up to 100 psi, and about to switch and put the fuel in this thing and fill up that bowl and restart this truck. So this will be day 3 really. So wish I'd slept. Well, I've got a problem on this tire. It's got a very leaky valve stem. All I could do is put Teflon tape around the threads and put a plastic cap on it. I don't have any metal caps. The tire company who put these tires on the first time for me should have replaced all the valve stems for $500. So now I've gone ahead and filled the filter housing with diesel up to a little over 3/4. It should be about right. And we're gonna try to fire this thing up again. I hope she does what she did yesterday. There's only one way to find out. Come on, baby. Okay, I'm gonna have to put some cables on it, I guess. Okay, so the Eagle is getting put through her paces here. So I've already started it twice, and it ran at good RPM, and it went ahead and slowly died. But it did that twice yesterday before it started running too, so. But I was low on battery, so we'll see what happens. Until I get the key to work. Come on, hit. Throttle it right up at the top RPM for a minute. That's what I did yesterday with it. Slid off a little after a minute and took her down to 15. This should put a lot of voltage in the batteries. I did this for a minute, and then I went ahead and warmed up and started running, so it's not dying now. Drop RPM a little, I don't trust it yet. See. She sounds great. Starting to warm up. See, I got a vacuum leak on the fuel bowl. I can't get that stopped. I've got it as tight as I can get it. So that's why I shut it off yesterday. I mean, I think it'll last long enough to drive it home, but I think I just shut this down and call it good and tell Carl the thing runs and come on out. So he wanted me to come out and fire it up again today to make sure it was going to work. And he was going to blast off from work and come out and do this. So I'm going to let it sit here and charge batteries while I pack up the trailer. But yeah, so that's a good sign. Truck actually sounds great, which is crazy. Crazy. There's still something wrong in the fuel system, but whatever, we'll get it figured out. As long as I can get it 15 miles up and down through some curves, then we're going to be at home. So cool. Okay, here we go again. I don't know if he's throttling it or if it's having issues, but come on, keep it running, Carl. Keep it running, Carl. You can just pull this hill with it. Shit. Man, it was doing so good. What kind of problem do I got back there? All right, it's running. If he can get a downhill run, this thing's going home. But he better, because we got hills and a lot of curves and stuff in between us and home. Okay, baby. If you can get her up to speed. That's a lot of mud on my tires, you hear. Mud and then gravel. Okay, here we go. So you can see there's no shoulder on a lot of this. This is what we were worried about. Hopefully he's not having to cycle on and off the key. So that's been the problem a lot of this time, was he was having to cycle the key on and off as he drives. And I don't know if he's still having to do it or not. I hope not. This is the worst place to break down, right in here, so come on, baby. He had a lot of practice doing this so far, so if anybody in the world can get it there, Carl's going to be the guy. So he's turning off and on the key, and if he turns the key a little too far, it sticks, and then you can't return it back on. It's really hard. So, and he's shifting the 3-speed and trying to keep it running. So, and he's pretty busy in there. Okay, come on, baby. I feel like pulling up there and just pushing on him. Come on, baby, come on. He's got it started, he's running. Come on. All right, we're still rolling. It's at about 50 right now. So that might be enough to roll up the rest of these hills. If it is, he's gonna make this thing work. We've got a few miles under us since we left there. Come on, baby. All right, we're only a few miles out now. We're ripping 70. Well, actually, we're 10 miles, it says. Well, I guess maybe we were about 20 miles from home then. Anyway, we were ripping about 70 there for a minute. Now we're kicking at 60. Right on. Eastbound and down, loaded up and trucking. We gonna do what they say can't be done. We got a long way to go and a short time to get there. We're eastbound, oh watch old bandit run. There she goes, man. That was probably the worst little hill, I think. She pulled it. We lost a lot of momentum, but she pulled it. We're moving on, baby. Yeah, just looked under there and see sparks. He's got an outrigger dragging on the ground. I don't know how long that's going to stay there before it either lights a fire or breaks the outrigger off. Been trying to flash him, get him to stop, but I don't think he's checking his mirror. But man, it's going to tear that outrigger off that truck. He just gave me the what's up deal, but I don't think he wants to slow down. But yeah, you can see the sparks under the truck. I don't know if you can see them on the camera or not, but I can see them. If he clips a hole at that, the world's going to be a different place. I finally signaled to him. The outrigger was down. Now he's got to get some speed up to pull that hill. We got it picked up. I might have just should have left it, but man, he was so close to tearing that whole outrigger off the truck. That was absolutely crazy. And you know, he's going to be doing everything in the world dropping down this grade to build speed to pull this next hill. This is the last hill before the house, and it's a doozy. But come on, baby. Let's get you some. Okay, here she goes. See if she'll pull it. Come on, baby. Give her the hammer down, Carl. Everything she's got. This is it right here. Come on, baby. 3/4 right there, maybe half. Got one more little push hard grade. Losing the momentum fast. I think he actually got the drop of gear. Come on, baby. Oh, she's just about to crest. Come on. Yeah! Go! Yeah, baby. Oh, yeah, right there. All right, she's downhill from here, man. Clean, clear to Flagtown. Come on. All right, that's it. We're slowing her down to hit my road right now. Oh, man, this is a relief. We are so close. I can walk to the house from here. Oh my gosh, here she comes. Here she comes, just rolling down the street. Turn on the emergency flashers here. There she goes, baby. Hooking it. Carl's hooking it. Awesome. She's home, man. He can coast her from there. Awesome. That's it, buddy. That's anywhere you want to put her. Nice. There's Carl's work truck. All right, this is our beautiful abode. Like a jungle, big jungle. And the Space Monkey is home. I'll figure out where to park it after he leaves. He's got to go. He's supposed to make the dump in 26 minutes. It's about 15 minutes away, so just made it. What do you think of that?
I just put the grass up there, but
We're good.
yeah.
How was that, huh?
Shit, brother.
Aha! All right.
That was fun.
All right, thanks, brother.
Same thing happened to me again. Coke holders are loose in there. I just oof,
Oh, no.
shove the straw through the bottom.
Oh,
Same thing. All right, brother.
all right, man. Thanks,
What time
bro.
you got?
You got 26 minutes.
Damn, I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah, miracles happen, right?
All right, I'll holler at you after a while.
All right, thanks. All right, cool. And there's the monkey. Right here in our little piece of paradise. How cool is this? Boy, I tell you what, seeing it right here is an amazing thing. I think if it'll run, I'll go ahead and pull it off the road a little bit more before it airs down. He did spill his Coke all over the place. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Get this over now. Pull it off the road. See, he had to go, man. He couldn't even park it. He was that big a hurry. So you might need to wonder if I can drive a rig. Why did I need Carl? Because Carl could drive a rig under any circumstances in the frickin' world. I can drive one, back one up, put it anywhere, do whatever. But as far as it goes, Carl's way better than I am, so it does lurch a little. It's still dry running. All right, she is officially home and out of the road. Yay. Ah, what a damn pain in the butt. And Peter said you want to tour the rig, and I'll give you one. Wow, I just found a fork. Look at that bad boy. We unshaped that. Okay. Give you a real quick tour of the rig, if I can get in it. As you can see, KRYDER Exploration Research and Recovery, right above Sandia National Laboratories. Yeah. Oh, if I can get her open. Hold on here. Okay, this is what's left. You see, some things did not make it because he was hammering on stuff. Man, a lot of shit fell down. Uh-oh. Like, believe it or not, you can see that's a $100,000 microscope. Had it secured, but look, this is the floor is covered in books. So there's a 700 volume research library in here. Got an entire, you can't see, but there's a whole rack on the ground here. Stuff is destroyed. But I don't care, destroyed or not, really, because she's at home. And we will clean her up. Even there's the water coolers right there, the tanks over there. Doesn't matter. So I'll give you a full tour once we can see and we get all this stuff kind of picked back up. That is a bummer. It looks quite that bad, but man, he was lurching this truck so bad he's going to break the drive line, so it's no wonder all that shit's on the floor. I bet none of it's tore up too bad. Except the microscope. That might not do too good. That was a triple head polarizing microscope for thin section analysis. But whatever. Truck's here. We are good.